The cubs are typically born mid to the end of January. We do all our den work in the month of March. At that point, the cubs are about 4 to 8 pounds. The reason why we do this work is because it helps us with our trend data. Our data over the last 30 years has consistently shown that average number of cubs per female is right around 2.9. So we stay consistent with our data by continuing to collect it. We also are able to get average weights, the sex ratios, and be able to test for any diseases or parasites that might be on that animal. And it's very indicative of a healthy population by collecting this data every year. We have about 4 to 5 bears that we radio collar every year, and we'll find out where they're denned up. So each collar is a specific frequency, specific to that individual bear. Average adult female home range is less than 3 square miles in comparison to a male, which could be dramatically much larger. We go ahead, approach that den female, apply the drug using a jab pole or with a dart gun. Drugs will take anywhere from 2 to 10 minutes to take effect. At that point, we'll go ahead, retrieve the adult female, take out the cubs. We'll weigh each individual cub, sex them. 15% will have a chest blaze on it, so we'll record each individual animal that does have it. And then once we're all finished up, we put the cubs and the adult back into the den. So some of the information that we do collect from the bear when we're conducting our research work is we test the ticks to see if they have any tick-borne diseases. If it's an untagged animal that never was previously handled, we'll ear tag them, 1 tag in each ear. And we also will tattoo them on one side, both sides on the upper lip. And that becomes the permanent ID in our bear database. So the cubs tags are different than the tags that we use for the adult animals. Cub tags tend to be yellow in color. They're not enclosed. They tend to rotate freely, and so that way it's going to be much more beneficial for the animal, not weighing the ear down, and just better for the bear. Every year we get reports of adult females with cubs getting struck by vehicles. In this case, if the bear is still denned up, we can go ahead, retrieve those cubs, and foster them out to another female that already has cubs. We go to the den site, give it to the female, and she'll readily take them in, and she'll go ahead and nurse them to their yearling size. All these things help us collect data and ensures that we have a very healthy, viable bear population in our state.
So New Jersey black bears can use several different structures as dens. Hollow trees, rock cavities, brush piles, ground nests, or excavations where the bear will dig out a hole in the side of a hill are all structures that you might find a black bear denning in. Also, if a black bear's home range overlaps with human property, they may attempt to den in structures like under your stairs, under your deck, brush piles on your property, in crawl spaces. So residents should be aware if they live in bear dense areas that they should be securing these places on their property before the winter. Black bears enter a state of decreased physiological activity starting around late November and through March. It's called torpor. Similar to hibernation, though torpor may last for shorter periods of times and bears can wake easily from it. So especially on a warmer day, bears may wake up to search for food. So residents, especially in bear dense areas, should take precautions throughout the year. Here at Fish and Wildlife, we have a black bear education program where you can request a staffed exhibit at your event, or you can request a bear safety program for scouts, municipalities, students. This program covers the natural history and biology of black bears, in addition to a little bit more about what we do in our black bear research program, and also offers practical tips for coexisting with black bears and how to stay safe.